I'm the right orientation, at least. The old's flat in the garden. Now I'm going to do an update. We can't keep having just go online Zong videos. I've got to do something else. I'm a bit shaky. Oh dear. Right. Open the greenhouse. I've got a bit of a wet problem in the greenhouse because this is Britain. This is the UK and it never stops fucking raining basically. So we got a bit of a problem with the greenhouse. There's a lot of water getting in the front door. So at some point this is going to have to be rectified. Otherwise all of Tony P's carpentry work is basically gonna rot, so we're gonna have to think of something to do about that basically. I don't know how strong the Wi-Fi is here. I'm having to use Wi-Fi. I want to do a lot of talking about the front, to be honest. It's a bit different out the front, but I don't know if I'm gonna run out of internet basically. I don't know what the picture's going to be like. Anyway, yeah, quite a bit has been done. We're going to have to swing it round and hope for the best that I don't get disconnected. And no, I can't zoom out. Anyway, we're going to go for it. As you can see, Wi-Fi dropped out. I've been shredding Christmas trees. And that is basically where Silly Belly has been buried, about 2 foot down or just under 2 foot down. And there's a Victorian terracotta slab, and in that drain grid painted blue on top of it. I'm hoping that we're going to have internet here because I need to talk about the front. Oh, it's annoying. Oh dear, yeah, I'm kicking out. And here you can see we have a load of snedded spruce trunks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've used about 3 or 4, maybe more. So I've done at least 2 trees so far. Load of bottles waiting to go to Keston. They're basically sitting in this garden centre trolley, 2-wheel trolley. I don't really have the space for this here, to be honest. We're probably going to have to take that over to the allotment. In the rain, and as you can, I don't think that this barrel is going to seal to the point I'll be able to. And I've done a lot of work, and already it shrunk. Then you can see that the hoops have slid. But I don't think we're going to be using this for storing water somehow. But as you can see, I have been putting all this spruce shreddings down. So that is minor branch and leaf from spruce, and there's a base there from a Christmas one there. Of not being able to do underneath that water butt because it's full of water, and I'm going to have to empty it out by hand. So that is probably one of the few places I haven't put spruce shreddings. They have been put under there because I lifted off that heavy flipping thing and put them underneath, and then put the tyre back, and then the drum It's basically a tumble dry drum. But as you can see, we have this raised section of path, and these bricks must be at least 4 courses deep by now, but just resting on each other. So eventually the soil will build up in time, the worms will come up, and it'll just be deep soil or organic matter. But there's at least 4 courses of brick under there now. I've moved a lot of stuff that was around here. I've just tried to tidy it up basically. I've not been able to do this corner. Obviously this has to go in a skip. A lot of this has to go in a skip. And this is just remnants of the original shed, the old shed, and this stuff as well. But there's not too much about. I managed to tidy it up a bit more just so I can clear this area. But some of these will have to go into the back garden, or try and put them somewhere where there's light. So this is full of compost. This has got to go somewhere else. And that one with all the strawberries in, that's got to move and go somewhere else. Hopefully this heather will go back in the ground and it will survive. It's been dug up 2 or 3 times already, which is a bit sad. Spindle, hornbeam, there's hawthorn buried under there somewhere. It's just, we have to put stuff somewhere. And there's a briar rose. I've cut this briar rose back as well. And the ivy is making its way up the fence, and I've clipped a bit off of it, not too much. I want to keep that a certain shape on the fence. Right, full of water. I need to empty that, probably by hand, turn it upside down, and then have Tony literally cut it in half, because I'm hoping to make. And also this hebe is not going to stop flowering, and I need to cut that back. You can see the new growth everywhere on it. I need to cut this back, mainly to compact it, but also I need to give this new lime tree here room to grow. Basically this lime tree needs room to grow. So this will probably be one of the next jobs, to cut back this hebe. And I've not seen any more bumblebees, maybe as far into November last year, but not now. So this has got to be done. And the birch tree, it costs me a lot of money, but it always looks weedy, and I'm going to worry about if it's still alive, because it's just a weedy tree. Not as chunky as I would have liked, but hopefully it will come back. And also that erysimum, hopefully that erysimum will flower, because it didn't flower last year, and the bumbles like this stuff. But yeah, hoping for the birch tree to come back again. Watch me lose internet. I found that lump of granite in South Norwood outside the post office, so I picked it up just in case someone had stupid ideas to throw it into a window. I was not going to leave that piece of granite on the pavement, on the sidewalk, in case someone decided to throw it at a window. Hello! I'm doing a garden update. Just saying, I picked this piece of granite up. It's very, very heavy. I can barely hold it in one hand. Oh, God. Oh dear. Right. And as you can see, that was literally full of shredded, well, not full, half full of shredded spruce shreddings, basically. Right, blackcurrant is looking pretty good. The buds are swelling up nicely. As I said, the strawberries, that's going to need weeding and moving. That's about it, really. Right, the garden now. I have added more wood chip to this area. Tony P keeps trying to destroy that pine tree. Until the work is finished, it's not going to have any chance. I've also noticed a roll of chain link, and I've absolutely no idea where he's going to be putting that. I'm going to have a word with him about that, because I don't want a massive chain link fence out the front on the wall. So I'll have to figure out what he's doing with this stuff. I really don't want chain link all along the front. I just want a low fence, like a 1 to 2 foot picket or something. This needs to go upstairs because I've got more composted stuff that needs to come out. And that's been inaccessible for a while. This tree needs to go in the ground immediately. I need to figure out where I'm putting this. I think it's going to have to go there. It's going to have to go in the ground there, because I can't leave this in the pot. It's already looking slightly brown now. We've got some daffodils coming up. It's just pissing wet. It really is pissing wet everywhere. It just hasn't stopped. I had 2 Pachypodium gayis, and yet again I fell for it. They're not cold tolerant, so I've basically lost both of them again. So it's only the one that I had upstairs in the old flat that was Mum's. I gave that to Linda, so Linda's one is the only one left now. I keep forgetting that these are not cold tolerant. Pink flamingo, snakebite maple. Yeah, I'm hoping that this garlic will even come to anything next year. It's just been so wet. But as you can see, we've made the raised bed. It would be nice if the posts could also be lined in the plastic, and then maybe in a year or so I can fill it right up with compost, because raised beds are the way to go, to be honest. But yeah, not seen any, tell a lie. That is I think that, no, I thought it was, it's not. I think that's a perennial sweet pea. I'm waiting for the sweet chestnuts to come up, but that's a perennial sweet pea, I think. Lots of wood everywhere. And the workbench, Mechity's food bowl. Literally, I left the old flat late last night, about 11:30. It literally pissed with rain all day yesterday. It rained all day yesterday. It was absolutely disgusting. I mean, that's typical British weather now. It literally, in this country, it does nothing but fucking rain all the time. And then I left the old flat to get the bus back to the gaff, and Mechity was here, Bass, she was here, so I ended up feeding her. I mean, she looked dry. I think it's because she's literally been hiding underneath the dustbins over the road for hours and hours. Mechity was hiding under the dustbins. But Yeah, 11:30 at night. It's been pissing with rain all day, and the stray cat is here for a feed. Oh, right. The shed. And this has changed a lot. It really has. We don't have a window here still as yet. But Tony P's been hard at work. You can see it's all pretty much sorted out. We've got a window there, but it's not got glass in it. It's just a metal grid basically. And we have shelves. We basically have a load of shelves here to use to put stuff on, like compost and pots and stuff like that. We'll have to see what else. But as you can see, with all the rain that we've been having, endless rain, you can tell that, look at it, it's just all wet everywhere, especially at the back. We need to extend the oversail on the roof by about 6 inches to stop the water from going down the back here. And this is all this wood here, and there is all from the original shed, the old shed that was here. But yeah, we need to oversail the roof. We have got the roof material, but it needs picking up from Jan's or Gianni's, the one with the site foreman poodle. It's at his place, I think. But yeah, we've got shelves for compost and pots and all kinds of stuff. And it's the right height. It's been calculated to basically be the right height for me. And there's still room for a chair or a couple of chairs. But the wet is a bit of a problem. Oh, we're getting there slowly. Now this spot here, you can't really tell, but there's actually a gap down the side of both, and it pinches out in a triangle. You see there's a gap there. Aside from this piece of wood, which will probably eventually be cut, but there's a very narrow section of dead space there basically. Now I think the idea will probably be, well, my guess is to either put a piece of wood or a load of feather edge of some description along the front, or maybe have it at an angle between them two, so it'll either be flat or at an angle. But this piece of dead space has got to be basically closed off. And to be honest, we could do something a bit different. We could actually do a mock-up wood pile, because we got all them spruce logs. Now it's not impossible that Tony could cut them spruce logs into thinner sections. We'll put a piece of wood here, and then we can attach all these different size round pieces of spruce to the front of it, so it literally looks like an artificial wood pile basically. That might be an idea. Oh, the guttering is on. We've got the guttering, that's basically on now. It doesn't really go anywhere, it just dumps itself into the hedge and then drips down onto the floor. There was like a metal container here, but it can't handle the amount of water that's falling into it. It just overflows. And it's pretty tidy down here now. Yeah, maybe eventually one day we'll get a small window here. It's only going to be a very small one. The mint is coming back, so I'll be able to put mint in my herbal tea again imminently. And maybe a bit of Herb Robert. This is the Osmanthus. Well, there's two. I've got two Osmanthus, and I rescued them from the tracks at Harrington Road. Also the double pine that came out the tracks at Harrington Road. All this stuff is snoozing away basically. And the hornbeam. The Alexanders did actually survive. They're under the ground, and yeah, Alexanders have actually come back, which is good. I've been using the seeds ground up in my herbal teas. Apparently Alexander's seeds have vitamin C in them. They're good for vitamin C. And we've also got the cow parsley. So we've got Alexander's and cow parsley against the fence. The weed stuff, the plants that floated on the surface, they weren't cold tolerant. They're obviously tropical. So I collected them. I put them in here and they just disintegrated basically. They were not cold tolerant in this country and they just disappeared. Again, more daffodils coming up for when spring hits. We've got more garlic here. It remains to be seen whether this rescue grape has actually survived or not. I don't know if it's survived until season comes and it breaks. But I might plant it in this corner. And that blackberry, see if I can find somewhere to put that. Cactus collection is just snoozing basically. Not much going on in here. But as I said, we've got a bit of an issue with the rainwater getting underneath the door to the cupboards and into the middle. You can see it's run into the middle. So we need to think of some way to remedy the water getting into the greenhouse. And this is the board upside down that had the graffiti on it, basically. I think that is about it, apart from a load of mess and a load of wood, but the incinerator's been moved. And that was here or over there, and we were burning stuff in it, but it's now been moved that way. I need to find out what's happening with this chain link.